Hi guys, my name is Jackie and I'm going to start our presentation off today by giving you a brief history of religious music. In the Middle Ages, the Catholic Church was very prevalent in European culture. Music in the church began with the Gregorian chant, which was named after Pope Gregory I. In the 9th century, music theorists in the church began to experiment by singing two melodic lines together at parallel intervals. The resulting hollow sound was named organum and it was very popular in the Cathedral of Notre Dame. Then in the 14th century came along a composer and poet named Moshat. Moshat contributed to Ars Nova, which was considered the new trend in religious music at the time. He even paved the way for choral music to begin being introduced into the church. Now for the birth of contemporary Catholic music. 45 years ago today, the thought of even using guitars, bass, keyboards, or anything like that during Mass would have been considered absolutely scandalous. I mean, Mass wasn't even in English yet. It wasn't until 1963 that the bishops voted to change Mass to the vernacular so that more people could fully participate in the religion. And then in 1966, a man named Ray Rep revolutionized the music scene with his catchy folk songs that caught fire across America. This is considered the start of contemporary Catholic music. Not long after, in 1975, the contemporary Christian music scene also began to emerge when Christian rock acts started to become popular. So what we've learned today is that religious music hasn't really changed, it's just learned to grow like all music does.
I can't play that. That's hard.
Hello, and welcome to the wonderful world of a cappella. So where did a cappella music come from? Well, if you guessed religious music, boy, if I gotta tell you, you just hit a bullseye. Here to fill you in on all the deets is my main man, Harrison Acosta, the music director of VoiceBox.
Okay, so a cappella is actually Italian for in the manner of the chapel, which means it actually is tied to religion. A cappella music is specifically group or solo singing without any type of instrumental accompaniment or a piece intended to be performed like in that way. It contrasts with cantata, which is accompanied singing. A cappella music was originally used in religious settings, and especially like church mass, where Gregorian chant was used, and Gregorian chant is when everyone would sing the same line, which is like move and fluctuate. Not that it was very interesting, but it was all like really important to service. Instruments weren't even introduced into the church until 670 AD when Pope Vitalian brought an organ into his cathedral, and that was like completely like unheard of. While there's plenty of music before the classical and Baroque eras performed without accompaniment, it's in the church that the term a cappella was coined. So like when cavemen are singing, and obviously they didn't have instruments, not really the same thing. Composers like Dupre and De Lasso expanded beyond chant and composed like polyphonic a cappella music. Secular music called madrigals appeared. These songs were like unaccompanied songs by like 2 to 8 singers that were sung outside of the church, and they were singing about like really basic things like fruit and like just the fun of singing, or like that girl over there on the stump, which is a really famous song, really famous madrigal. Madrigals back then were basically like today's top 40s. And the a cappella as we know it today in terms of collegiate a cappella and groups like pentatonics all really stem from early developments found in the church.